Hello, Meoni here. Welcome back to another video. This one then that I've been waiting to do because I've needed to get a couple of these and I've waited a bit for them to come down in price because my RNG was awful. From Vault 1 Iron or Vault 1 Iron, which is the treasure map dungeon added in patch 7.3, there was a brand new consumable added. So if you think fireworks, basically any of those firework consumables that you get at seasonal events, basically, it's the same thing, similar to like a Realm Reborn Red, that kind of thing, celebratory items. These are the DAM or DAM. This rainbow energy beverage will allegedly bestow the drinker with metaphorical fangs to gnaw through any challenge and do their damnedest. Excessive consumption is ill-advised. So this is an energy drink or thereabouts. I bought a couple of these so we could try them out. And you might remember this certain effect from Brute Bomber. There we go. All right, so that's the effect that we've got. So, if, you know, practical uses for this, obviously GPose, right? Obviously GPose. It lasts for a few seconds and then it's gone, right? It doesn't leave any kind of debuff on you or any buff, unfortunately. And of course, the only way to do it again would be to pop another one of the consumables. The benefit, of course, is that if you go into GPose, we can get that to loop effectively. Like so. It's a pretty cool effect. And one of the things you can do is you can choose a different emote, which will temporarily turn off the effect. For example, a hug. And then, as you can see, we could do a power hug. As my seal flops over in the background. Use case scenario for this, if you want to make some pretty looking pictures, maybe you've got a nice background somewhere, and you know, you want to show off a relic weapon or something. So if you want to combine effects, for example, on my warrior here, showing off the new upgraded relic weapon that I finally got upgraded. Like if we wanted a specific color, obviously we could pause and unpause because it cycles through a select section of colors. I quite like the green personally, and the red's pretty nice. And then obviously we've got inner release there. So there's some creativity to be had, and it's really up to you how you utilize this, obviously to your own benefit. And your mileage is going to vary depending on if you're any good at making screenshots or not. But yeah, some pretty cool effects can be had from this, I personally think. Especially if we go through the filters, for example, like with sepia toned or, you know, black and white. Looking pretty great, actually, like the monochrome effects. With a monochrome filter, you could basically have it on whatever color. And then you get some pretty cool sort of anime-esque sort of pictures that otherwise wouldn't be possible from a game. So it's really cool. I really like it. But as to it being available to everyone, I think it should have been like a vendor purchasable item in Solution 9, in my opinion. The drop rate seems really, really low as well in the treasure map dungeon. I was surprised how few I'd seen in my runs. Yeah, with just a few minutes of this, I really like adding this with the other layered filters that the patch added. I think it can really pull off some fantastic lighting effects, like having that background with the depth of field, and then obviously you've got the almost fire-like energy coming from them, and then you've got the different poses your character can pull off. The only way this could be made better is if GPose allowed you to use consumables layered with job abilities, because even if you summon a target dummy and you attack this, yes, you've got that loop, but if you then drink the consumable either before or after actually performing an ability such as midair or whatever it might be on samurai, or whatever ability you want to use, like inner release is the odd exception where that actually carries on because of the eye glow effect, but the actual actions themselves don't follow on because it just reverts to the drinking of the actual dam, or it just reverts to the ability without the dam effect. So that's something I hope to see in the future of GPose, is the ability to layer consumables as well as abilities that you have used, because sometimes you want to have like that big, you know, dragoon stab attack and then have that as like the centerpiece and then have your effects layered onto that. But you can still pull off some really good effects, and I personally think this is a great feature. But yeah, I thought we'd get this and have a look at it. They are going quite expensively on the market board, as you can expect, because, you know, a lot of people like to take pictures in the game, and yeah, at the end of the day, it has some really nice effects. Depending on what you combine it with, you can have some really cool sort of album cover style quality images.